we're talking to our regular visitor, James Crane, from the Kent County Council Community Wardens. So, James, what areas do you cover here on the Isle of Sheppey?
Right, well, the area which I cover is Laysdown and Warden Bay, but there are other community wardens in Swale. Basically, they cover Sheerness, Minster, Iwade and Kemsley, and finally Newington. Throughout the county of Kent, there are now 101 community wardens, which, due to the success of the initiative, have grown in number from the 12 that originally appointed in 2002.
How can our listeners find out who their community warden is, James?
Right, well, by far the easiest way is through the website, which is www.kent.gov.uk/community wardens. And there's also a 24-hour helpline on 08458 247 247.
James, I know you wanted to cover dogs being left in cars.
Yeah, certainly. Seems a bit weird actually talking about dogs being left in cars in hot weather when the weather's been as cold and a bit miserable as it has been today.
Yeah, although it was certainly warm at the weekend.
Oh, the weekend was absolutely gorgeous. I can't fault that one. But yeah, dogs in cars. It's actually important to remember the slogan, which has been around for many years, that dogs die in hot cars. And this is actually very true. It can get unbearably hot in a car on a sunny day, even when it's not warm. In fact, if you say when it's like 22 degrees Celsius, which is 72 Fahrenheit outside, the temperature inside a car can actually reach 47 degrees Celsius, which is about 117 Fahrenheit, within an hour. So it's more than double. And, well, and humans have sweat glands to regulate their body core temperature by transferring the excess body heat to the outer layer of skin, which is then evaporated by the sun and the wind. Dogs don't have that luxury, as they only regulate their body temperature through their pores and with the air they breathe. So if a dog's left in a car with the window sealed, then the rising air temperature inside causes the animal to severely overheat, and actually in very extreme temperatures, or if they're not checked regularly, they will die. Basically, to avoid this, don't take the dog out with you. It seems the easiest option, but yeah, if you're that concerned about your dog, don't take it with you. Don't leave your dog in the car. Again, if people really care that much about their animals, then they'll make sure that they are actually kept in a situation by where they can be looked after. I'm not saying that people don't do that, but there are a couple. But if you have to leave your dog in the car, leave a window, or maybe even two windows, only 2 to 3 inches open so that a draft can get through and cool down the inside of the car. Leave a plentiful supply of water with the dog, and try and get to a shaded area where the dog can get some shelter from the sun. This may be something in the boot. Drop a back seat down so the dog can get into the boot, out the sun, a dust sheet or something. And return to the vehicle periodically and check on the dog's welfare. The RSPCA take a very serious view on dog owners who leave their dogs in hot vehicles, and they can impose a fine on a person who's found guilty of offence under any of the sections 4, 5, 6, parts 1 and 2, and 7 and 8. They should be liable on summary conviction to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 51 weeks, or fine not exceeding £20,000. I wouldn't want either of them. And in certain cases, animals can be seized from the owner, and a ban on owning animals for a period of time can also be imposed.
James, I know you wanted to cover trading standards next.
Oh, yeah, certainly. I mean, community wardens and training standards personnel, we're both employees of Kent County Council. Training standards officers can be contacted directly, but are often contacted via the wardens, particularly if householders are unsure of their situation. A lot of community wardens' time is devoted to advising householders of help available from training standards. Training standards are in place to ensure that the public are not taken advantage of by unscrupulous traders, and that the quality of work done conforms to proper standards. A large property facing householders is that of unsolicited cold calling. Often, not only are goods and services offered of poor quality, they can also be illegal. For example, CDs and DVDs may be counterfeit or stolen, and materials for building work or laying drives, etc., are often described as being surplus to requirements, or left over from a job we're doing down the road. It usually means it's stolen, as companies who do the work that is being offered only order the supplies that they need for the job and very rarely have any leftovers. Yeah, following back on from what I was saying earlier about people offering goods that they've been doing left over from a job down the road, even if the goods and materials are genuine, the actual work done in things like building maintenance, drive laying, gardening, can sometimes be of a shoddy or even a low quality nature. There was something a while back, as I was doing my training, I was shadowing a warden up in Maidstone, and one road just had 6 driveways done by some people that should we say weren't the best at their trade. And I spoke with the warden about 6 months after I actually became on area, and all but one of the driveways had sunk in various places where the hardcore and the base hadn't been laid out properly. So it just goes to show, really. Genuine tradesmen never need to drum up trade by cold calling. They will always give estimates and quotations in writing, and usually offer written guarantees. Names and addresses of satisfied customers will also be provided. Householders should also be careful about paying deposits in advance of the work being done, as unscrupulous traders will sometimes take sizable deposits and then disappear without finishing the work. Some rules to remember are: 1. Never buy from cold callers. 2. Report any suspicions you have regarding rogue traders to trading standards or your local community warden. Keep their contact numbers handy, and I'll be giving out a load of numbers afterwards. And put a sign in your door or window saying that you never accept cold callers. Again, if you speak to your local community warden, whatever area that might be, then they should be able to arrange to get one of these signs over to you. And if you're nervous about people who have called at your property, let a friend or neighbour know straight away. Write down car or van numbers of people offering building or maintenance work, and pay nothing in advance except a minimal deposit that ensures that you are given contact details for the trader, and also ensure that you're given a returns policy. If you're unhappy with the work that's been completed, this is normally called a cooling off period, and typically stands for 7 days after work has been carried out, for the builder to make any adjustments to what they've done, level things off, etc, etc.
James, what are all those useful contact details for our listeners?
Yeah, certainly. There's quite a few of them, so I'm going to quickly run through what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the community wardens for Swale, Kent County Council contact details, 2 for Swale Council, which is the normal call centre in the CSU, community safety unit. I've got a number for the RSPCA, training standards, which also covers consumer direct, and also 3 numbers, for Kent Police, which is the emergency number, non-emergency, and for the Island Neighbourhood team. So I'll start with the community wardens. For Laysdown and Warden, which is myself, the phone number is 07977 981 992. In Minster, 07811 271 304. Over in Sheerness, that's 07813 712 803. Excuse me. Newington is 07969 583 921. Kemsey and I Wade, it's 07872 378 220. Again, that 24-hour helpline for Kent County Council is 08458 247 247. And the Community Warden's website is www.kent.gov.uk/community wardens. The 2 numbers for Swale Council, we've got the call centre, which is on 01795 417 850, and the community safety unit on 01795 417 193. The RSPCA, as mentioned earlier about the dogs in cars, they can be contacted on 0870 55 55 999. Consumer Direct or Trading Standards, they are on 08457 585 497. Kent Police, obviously emergency is 999, non-emergency is 01622 690 690, And finally, the Island Neighbourhood Team based at Sheerness Police Station is 01795 584 165.
James, as always, thank you very much for coming along this evening.
Yeah, and thank you very much for inviting me along, Daniel, and no doubt I'll probably talk to yourself and your listeners in the next couple of months.
Yeah, we certainly will. That's James Crane from the Kent County Council Community Wardens here at BRFM.